to another Monday night edition of the Playmakers, your home for all KU sports. We've got a fantastic show planned for our viewers tonight, including updates on golf, tennis, softball, baseball, and of course, a quick preview of this week's 89th annual KU Relays. So keep it right here, because you don't want to miss these plays.
What I gotta do, they gotta just know I am the nicest ever.
Kansas played their final regular season tournament before a Big 12 Big 12 championship play next weekend, ended in a bang. The team's fourth team title of the season, which is a program record. Kevin and I were there after a 5-hour drive that included 3 hours of sleep. Let's get to the highlights.
First, we're going to start with Charlie Healer on the second hole. It's a par 5. He is looking around for his ball, but eventually he gets it on the fairway, and he hits a great shot to the green, and it lands a few feet from the hole. He's able to tap it in for par. We see that it...
Nice read of the putt, just missed left. Now he's onto the par 3 fourth hole. From the tee, he'll get that one within a couple feet of the hole, and he'll have just off the fringe here, a long putt that's going to go uphill and to the right, but again, just short. Short game was an issue for him, the front 9.
Now we move to 6. It's a par 5. It's a far hole, but he smacks that one, gets it close, and now he's on the green, and he has a really nice putt to get it close. He's able to save par. His short game worked well on that hole. He was able to save par.
Over to Ben Willey, who is +5 at this point in the day on the 9th hole, going to the back 9. Beautiful tee shot right to the hole here, and just short on his putting as well. Short game of problem for the Jayhawks.
Later, on the par 4 10th hole, he hits the long drive.
This is 400 yards off the tee.
400 yards off the tee.
550 was the hole, the par 5. This is his chip right within a couple feet of the hole. He'll have that one for par.
Later, Ben Willey again on the 13th. This is a gorgeous course, or hole, over the water. He gets it over the water onto the green, but it skips into the water. He has to drop the ball in. He manages to get it back.
Imagine he'll save par with that putt.
He'll even save par with that nice putt.
Over Charlie Healer on the 18th, his final hole from the fringe right off, and he hits it within a couple feet of the hole. Nice way to finish out for him. That one he'll finish with birdie on this short putt right here.
Later, Connor Peck on the 18th hole, the par 4. He drives it and gets it really close to the green. He's able to putt it, and it gets really close to the hole. And then he's able to later sink it and save par. And the Jayhawks managed to finish the day strong.
It was Chase Hanna, the last guy to finish for the Jayhawks on the day. On the 18th hole, his tee shot looks like it's going to go right there, and he's in the trees, but he'll get a nice little play out into the fairway. That's all he can do on one of those. You just want to get in the fairway, and he'll will save par, but he'll miss right there, and he'll finish with a bogey. And Kansas goes on to win by 9 strokes on the team overall standings.
Yeah, they played really well early on. Like we said earlier, the short game wasn't quite working, but they were able to put themselves in position hole after hole with their long drives. They were able to get on the fairways for the most part, avoided rough spots, and they were able to get close to the hole on the greens most of the day.
Yeah, when the greens were big, they were able to get them on because they are that good long distance short game team. But it's really the putting that kills them at most of the time.
Yeah, and we look at the individual scores. Dan Hudson, we don't talk about him a lot, but he had a great day.
Shot a 66 on Sunday. That's his career low round.
Career low. He finished the tournament with a 5 under, 211, and then the next guys, Connor Peck, Charlie Healer, Chase Hanna.
All under par.
All under par,
And
great
that's
days.
the 8th time Peck's been under par this year, and the 5th time Healer's been under par this year.
Yeah,
So.
the one sore spot for the team was Ben Welly. He had a 10 over, but I mean, he's a senior. He's going to be able to bounce back from that, and the team was able to bounce back from that and still get the win. The 4th of the season, which is a program record.
And Coach Brimble did say after the match that the team can still play well even when people like Ben Welly are at their best.
Yeah, we track the scores. You know, that's not Ben Welly. He just was off this week, and you know you don't know why, because he's played here a couple years, but this game's pretty fickle, and unfortunately he didn't have his best, but he'll bounce back, and I'm sure he'll be ready to go when the Big 12 rolls around. You know, you try to prepare each time you go to a tournament, you want their best game. Unfortunately, that doesn't happen. And the good news is sometimes we can kick out a high score. So today, though, our high score was even par. So that was a good round of golf out here on a pretty good golf course. I like being around the younger kids because sometimes they can get a little down on themselves. Where Ben and Connor, those guys are seniors, and they play a lot of golf, and they're pretty experienced. Where Charlie's, you know, he's only a freshman, and sometimes he acts like a freshman. He doesn't play like a freshman, but sometimes he acts like a freshman. And yesterday was a perfect example when he shot 75. You know, that's kind of out of character for him, but he's a good player, and he's a big reason why we've done so well this year. You want to beat teams. You know, you want your best game against their best game, and you know, you can't be wishing bad putts or whatever. I mean, that's not the way golf's meant to be played. So, in that sense, you know, it's fun to get in a group because sometimes they feed off each other. You know, Charlie was in a group today that those guys were a couple under early, and he was even par, and then he kind of caught up and passed them both. So that was good.
All right, guys, we're going to play a little one-word golf edition. The team should feel blank about Ben Welly's struggles. KU will be able to compete with the top teams in blank years, and the job Coach Brummel has done to turn around the program is blank.
All right, so I'm going to start off. I'm going to say calm. The team should feel calm about Ben Welly's struggles. Like I said earlier, he's a senior. He's been through struggles before. Every golfer does. He's played these courses a couple times, and Coach touched on that about it's odd that he's struggling, but golf, it happens for golf. So he'll figure it out. He'll get his swing back, and so the team should be able to ride his struggles away.
Okay.
I'll say chill. We saw how they played without him playing well on Sunday. So I think a lot of the team is kind of more playing better together as a team, so they don't have to rely as much on Welly, who earlier in the year in the fall season had 2 individual titles. So I think now they're just more mature and they get it, and you know that's good.
So for the next one, years away from really competing with the big boys, I'm going to say 2. This year they've had a lot of success, obviously, program record for wins. The young guys are playing well, but they're losing their anchors, really, of this team, in Ben Welly and Chase Hanna. They're seniors, they're graduating, so even with this success, I think they're going to have to rebuild next year after they lose their 2 seniors.
I'm going to say 1. Yes, you do lose Ben Welly and Connor Peck, but you get a senior in Chase Hanna who's played 4 years under Coach Brummel. Then you get a year of maturity down by Charlie Healer, who Coach Brummel is developing every second he can get. And then, of course, Dan Hudson, who's now emerging on the scene as one of the better golfers on the team, who we haven't really seen do well so far as a Jayhawk.
So finally, the coaching job Coach Brummel has done in his tenure so far, I'm going to say it's been stellar. He's absolutely turned this program around. They really have never had wins at all. They had 1 last year, I believe, and that was Brummel's 2nd year in the program, and they didn't have any the year before, but now all of a sudden they have 4, and he's just been able to revamp completely this golf team.
I'm going to say tremendous. Just 3 years ago, he took over this team, and within 3 years, He's brought in Connor Peck as a transfer. He's brought in Ben Will as a transfer. He's gotten one of the top recruits in Charlie Healer, brought him here, and now he's surmounted this team to 4 titles in one season, which has never been done before. So, just maturing these guys playing the system, they know how to play for Coach Brimble, and they like playing for Coach Brimble. They speak highly of him, so he's done a tremendous job in just 3 short years.
Very cool. Very cool, guys. Thanks for taking the short trip up to Iowa City.
I wouldn't say
Does
short.
Kevin
but
snore?
okay.
Does he snore? Is really my
No,
question.
he didn't sleep. He was the one driving.
Oh, good. That's good. That's
and I
he
kept him
didn't
awake
sleep.
with some very loud music.
He
so-
did.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Griff was the one sleeping.
Okay, there we go. Alrighty, guys. Well, when we come back, the boys traveled on another road this weekend. That's I-70 to Manhattan for the Sunflower Showdown tennis style. So catch us on the flip side, all right?